WWE Hall of Famer wants a match against Roman Reigns. Mick Foley comments on his friendship with RAW star, and UFC fighter Dustin Poirier says he has no idea who Roman Reigns is. Hello everyone, Jose G here, bringing you today's top stories in today's Sportskeeda Wrestling News Roundup. To stay up to date with all of our content, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. WWE Hall of Famer wants a match against Roman Reigns. WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg has revealed that he wants to have a match against Universal Champion Roman Reigns. The two stars were supposed to clash at WrestleMania 36 for the title, but the Tribal Chief was removed from the match and replaced by Braun Strowman after he took some time off due to the COVID-19 pandemic. During a recent interview with DAZN, Goldberg named Roman Reigns as one of the superstars he would like to face in WWE next, saying, quote, "Obviously I want Roman bad. I want a piece of somebody from Georgia Tech. Like I can taste it. The comparisons, the football background, I truly believe that's a match that needs to happen. Am I clamoring for it? Am I begging for it? Am I holding my breath for it? No. I do what my job asks me to do. I do what my boss asks me to do, to the best of my ability. And then I ask them to point me in the next direction." End quote. Goldberg is scheduled to challenge the almighty Bobby Lashley for the prestigious WWE title at the biggest party of the summer. This will be the first time that the two stars will square off inside the squared circle. The former Universal Champion revealed what it means for him to compete at SummerSlam in front of 40,000 spectators, saying, quote, "Personally and professionally, I'm pretty proud of myself that I'm still relevant, that I'm still a source that my employer and the fans believe that I'm still able to be somebody that matters. I will back that up, and I will reinforce that through process with the night of the 21st at Allegiant Stadium against Bobby Lashley." End quote. Goldberg versus Bobby Lashley will undoubtedly be a hard-hitting affair, and only one of them will leave as WWE Champion. Heel Stars reveals whether his character is based on WWE Superstar Edge. Heel star Ludwig has opened up on whether his character in the series has been influenced by WWE Hall of Famer Edge. Heels, which premiered on Stars on August 15th, has influences from across the wrestling world, with some honing in on Alexander Ludwig's character, Ace Spade, having remarkable similarities to the former WWE Champion. In an interview with Screen Rant, Ludwig was asked whether his character was inspired by Edge, who he had worked with on Vikings. Ludwig responded by stating it wasn't the case, and his character having similar traits to the WWE Hall of Famer was a happy coincidence, saying, quote, "It really isn't. That was a happy coincidence. It's really funny though, I just texted Adam 55 seconds ago. We were just kind of saying I'm literally talking about you in every interview. He was definitely pivotal in having someone to lean on when it came to asking everyday questions about the character and what it would be like behind the scenes. You know, because for me, who didn't have a lot of wrestling experience, I had a lot to learn in a short period of time. So I was really grateful to have that reservoir of knowledge." End quote. Ludwig may have a resemblance to Edge. The more prominent attraction that is featured is CM Punk in a supporting role as Ricky Rabies. While CM Punk didn't appear in the premiere episode, his role will become quite significant in the next few ones. Of course, multiple rumblings and rumors are flying around that former WWE star CM Punk might be appearing on this week's episode of AEW Rampage. With his appearance on Heels and a possible debut for AEW, it looks like the summer of Punk is set to rise from the ashes and reign supreme in the wrestling world. Mick Foley comments on his friendship with RAW star. WWE legend and Hall of Famer Mick Foley has opened up about his friendship with RAW superstar and former women's champion Becky Lynch. In his recent interaction at Steel City Con, Foley was asked who he was close to in the current WWE locker room. The hardcore legend stated that Lynch is a close friend and that he values their friendship. He wished that he would have asked Becky to be in his A&E documentary, saying, quote, "I'd say Becky Lynch is probably my closest friend, and the one regret I had about my A&E documentary, I just wish Becky, I wish I said, you need to interview Becky Lynch because it gives a different perspective, a female perspective, and that was somebody who inspired her considering she's the man in WWE. That's a really nice story, so I really like that, you know? I really value all the baby photos she sends me, and she's just a great young lady, so I go with Becky Lynch. Best friend, final answer. There you go. End quote. Becky Lynch has in the past credited Mick Foley for her pro wrestling journey as she took inspiration from his incredible feats. Foley has spoken about the man's praise for him and humbly stated that he did nothing for her. Lynch is currently away from WWE following the birth of her baby. Her last appearance for the company was in May of last year at Money in the Bank, but she could be returning quite soon. Sheamus breaks character and accuses WWE RAW star for stealing his finisher. US champion Sheamus has jokingly accused Drew McIntyre of stealing his bro kick finishing move. McIntyre and Sheamus both joined WWE in 2007 after competing against each other on the independent scene in the UK and in Ireland. The two men are longtime friends and often take lighthearted shots at each other in media interviews. During their latest interview together on BT Sport, What Went Down, Sheamus commented on McIntyre's former finisher, the Scots Drop. He joked that the Scot does not need to revive the move because he already has the Claymore, saying, quote, "You don't need to bring it back because you already stole my finish. You already stole my finish with that Claymore of yours. You know what I mean? A brogue light. A brogue light, they call it over here. A brogue light, you know?" End quote. The former WWE champions also discussed their rivalry on Raw earlier this year. Drew McIntyre accidentally created the Claymore in 2013 when he slipped backwards while attempting to perform a big boot during a match on Raw. Responding to Sheamus' remarks, the two-time WWE champion joked that his friend's brogue kick is lazy compared to the Claymore. Drew McIntyre is all set to face Jinder Mahal at SummerSlam, while Damian Priest will challenge Sheamus for the US Championship. UFC fighter Dustin Poirier says he has no idea who Roman Reigns is. UFC fighting sensation Dustin Poirier has admitted he has no idea who Roman Reigns is. The former interim UFC lightweight champion recently told Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour that he does not know about the reigning Universal Champion. The Diamond further clarified his comments by stating that he does not follow WWE. However, when asked about John Cena, Dustin Poirier mentioned that he was well aware of Reigns' upcoming SummerSlam opponent. While speaking to Helwani, Dustin Poirier said the following, admitting that he doesn't know who Reigns is and adding he is also guilty of not following WWE, saying, quote, "No, I don't. I don't, man. I don't. Guilty." End quote. Helwani continued by mentioning Reigns will be going up against Cena at this year's SummerSlam pay-per-view, to which Dustin Poirier admitted that he knows who Cena is and heard of his name. Reigns will be defending the WWE Universal Championship against Cena in Las Vegas this weekend. The pair will collide in a huge singles match at the SummerSlam pay-per-view in what could end up being one of the biggest showdowns of the year in the pro wrestling industry. 2021 has proven to be quite the year for Dustin Poirier. The former interim UFC lightweight champion started off the year with a victory over Conor McGregor at UFC 257. And at the recent UFC 264 pay-per-view, Poirier once again defeated the Irishman in their trilogy bout. With 2 wins over McGregor, Dustin Poirier is now expected to fight for the UFC lightweight championship in the near future. The Diamond is expected to face Charles Oliveira for the UFC lightweight title, and it is only a matter of time on when the fight will be officially booked. Thanks for watching today's Sportskeeda Wrestling News Roundup. For more news stories and exclusive content, be sure you follow us on all social media. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Download the Sportskeeda app for the most up-to-date stories in the world of wrestling.